See you later. Hey, everybody. Here's Terry from My Terrific Life. And I'm giving you what I promised. We're going to have a tour of this cigar shop right here. Can you see it? And I'm trying to use as much as my voice, but I don't have much of one. So hopefully you can hear me. It's the cigar shop. So we're going to step in here in just a second, and I'm going to show you around the shop. Okay? So let's go in. As you can tell, we're going to start right here. And yes, they sell more than cigars in here. You can get your peanuts. You can get cracked pepper. You can get regular. You can get salted Virginia peanuts. And then you can get the chocolate covered peanuts. You didn't know that about your cigar shop, did you? And then they have a lot of other little things, accessories that you can look into. And then, of course, they have the humidor. That's a personal humidor. That's where you would store your cigars. So if you're not a cigar smoker, they also have a section. And right here they have the tobaccos. And if you're not familiar with pipe tobacco, they come in different flavors, literally. You have your caramel pie, you have your fruit cake, you have your candy bar dreams, your sweet cream, and your dark chocolate, y'all. The dark chocolate one, I love when people want that one because it smells like brownies. So if anything, I might not eat a brownie, but I can sniff the tobacco. But they have other ones, and that's one of our biggest sellers here. That, and then they have some other one, Nutty Irishman, Haunted Bookshop. Oh, that's a new one. I haven't smelled that one. Autumn Evening. You can tell we're getting ready for fall. Morristown Finest is a big seller, and so is Crockett Blend. You have Cherry Bounce and Peach Cobbler a la mode. Are you hungry yet? And you haven't even smoked the pipe, right? Ah, but yes, I'm Terry from My Terrific Life, and I hope everyone is having a good day. I see I have people in the comments already. Let's see here. Who do I have? Hey, Target Prime Rib and Booby Goats. Hey, how y'all doing? And Dennis, y'all coming to see the cigar shop, huh? Welcome, welcome. So here's our selection of pipes. Now, pipes I don't know as much about as I do cigars. My dad used to smoke a pipe, and they've got some beautiful ones in here. Beautiful ones. He used to smoke a pipe, and he would let me light it, and that was before people thought that was like a bad thing. So, yeah, I have smoked one just as a child, probably about 10 years old, and just to help him light it. Just to help him light it. So I'm going to put that up on there. That's the only question we really have today. What questions do you have about cigars? So here's some of our other accessories. So if you're smoking a cigar or a pipe, you're going to need a lighter, and that's our butane right there. And actually, that's some of the good butane. It's I think they call it like a high oxidation or something. Anyway, it does well in your torch. So we don't use big lighters. I'm going to teach you a little etiquette in that. You may see some people do that, but we don't use big lighters. And I'll teach you and show you why in a minute. And then there's some of their own brand right here, the cigar shop. But they're torches. They're torches. Then we have some cutters and some other things. This is our outside humidor. And what I mean by outside, you'll see in a minute. I'm about to go inside a room, and that's the actual humidor. There's a reason why there's two separate humidors. So the cigars that we have in here Can you see it? These, these are flavored. So a lot of them have a sweet tip to them. And you really don't want to mix your sweet tip with your regular cigars because it can affect them. And everyone doesn't smoke the same way. You're about to see how much of a variety um, that we have as far as the cigar world. You would only use matches, booby goats. I like that. Let's see, I'm gonna put that up here. So she said, I would only use matches. I like the flavor. Haven't smoked in over 20 years. So you smoke cigars too. Yeah. Matches are the ultimate, but nowadays it's just easier to use a torch. So over here we have some more of the little travel humidors and some ashtrays and our shirts that say cigars of Morristown. So you want to say hi to Casey, y'all? She is the manager of the shop. Hi. We have on here, we have a few people that are chiming in. One of the ladies smoked cigars a long time ago. And actually, Booby, I didn't know you were old enough to have smoked 20 years ago. Oh, hey there. Hey, how are you? Oh, there's trouble. There's trouble. I remember. I don't, do you, were you in here? Okay.
Did you show me a few? Because I have tried to purchase other cigars.
So we have a person that
But, well, flavor ones. Do you have any flavor ones? No.
okay.
Thank you, honey.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now if you notice I opened the door and he's a customer that came in and you have to kind of have some deep pockets. Don't look at me. I work at a cigar shop. I don't have deep pockets. But he bought, if I remember correctly, 100 or closer to $200 worth of cigars one time. Yeah. But anyway, can you see it? This is the humidor. This is the humidor. And I like how Booby says, I thought it would be cool to start smoking cigars. It still is. It's just where you have your preference. And I'm noticing a lot of us that eat at the as I can't even talk. Eat eating carnivore. A lot of people smoke cigars as well. It's something about the meat and then smoking a cigar kind of pairs well together, especially after you've had a fatty ribeye. Yum, 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 yum. But then you quit, and that's okay. Then you quit. Oh, they said hi. I'll tell Casey because she's out there helping another customer. But I'm going to start us. Let's see which side of the humidor. Let's go over here. This is how you would come in straight from the door. As you can see, there's the door. We have our tins. In fact, I might buy this one today. These are our what I call short smokes. That if you don't have a lot of time, but you want to enjoy a cigar, this is what you would do because you don't ever want to waste a cigar. Yeah, you just don't want to do that. So you'll buy those tins. It's a short smoke. And when I mean short, maybe 30 minutes or so. A good cigar should last you about an hour if you smoke it correctly. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So here are some of their brands. When I first came to this shop, number one, as you can see, they have a center aisle now. When I first came to the shop, this side was kind of full. This side was barely full, and they had no center. And that was over a year ago. But when I say this has been the fastest growing cigar shop I've ever seen in my life, because you have to have certain credentials to get some of these cigars that are in here. So we have several brands. We have Oliva, which I like the Oliva brand. A lot of people say Olivia, but it's Oliva. Okay. And then we get into, hey, Catrice, how you doing? Let me go back to the chat. I got to remember to look back at the chat as well as showing you. My dad smoked cigarettes, then switched to a pipe at his doctor's request, switched back, then quit. I don't remember him smoking cigars. Yeah, you can never equate a cigar with a cigarette. I don't know if you all remember, I told you that the cigar leaf is pure. It is truly a leaf. In fact, there's one that's called the leaf. As you can you see it? That's actually a leaf rolled. You have the binder that's in the middle that you can't see, or around the edges that you can't really see, and then the filler. But all that is pure tobacco. Where cigarettes, yeah, they're a whole different animal. They're a whole different animal, and they're pumped with chemicals as well. Now, the one I just picked up, and this brand right here, when I say it's my favorite brand, yeah, my favorite band. And I'm going to let you see some of the prices. So cigars, woo, are priced from one that's like that Oliva right there is 17.95 a stick, not a box, a stick. And then you have your Papa Fritas that it's $7. Then you have some that are 18. You have some that are 20. Hey, how you doing? Come on in.
Good, you all right?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Good, good. I'm giving a little video tour, so I hope you don't mind. Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I don't think she's lost her mind, right? All the way. Oh, and here's another one. My favorite size is right here. This is called a Lancero. And this one's a L40. This one may have to come home with me. It's $20.90. But man, I love that. It's a good smoke. All of this wall is made by Drew Estate. It's a company called Drew Estate. Jonathan Drew is the owner of the company. He's out of New York. I have met Jonathan a couple of times. Crazy, crazy fella. I mean, really crazy. Like fun, hilarious. Up here are his Nika Rusticas. Hey, come on in. So we're getting a lot of people in right now. And Nika Rusticas are the blend by Willie Herrera, still under the Drew Estate umbrella. But Willie, I've been fortunate enough to meet him as well. He is his blender for that. Now, a lot of people, especially when they're first smoking, they'll go to something like these. This is the leather roll. I call them the girls. If you notice, they're all female faces, right? Almost like the a Day of the Dead kind of look. But we have the Sweet Jane. We have the, yeah, I'm doing a video thing. You're good. You're good. You're good. I'm not over here talking to myself, I promise. We have Crazy Alice. We have Leather Rose. And they're good. Now, the difference between them and the sweet tips that I showed you out there, they have a sweeter uh, taste to them, but they're not like the ones I showed you outside. Oh, it's funny, Thomas. Thomas says, I've lost my mind about a year after I was born. Sure, sure you did. But anyway, so then we go over and we have like Hoya, de Nicaragua. You have all these different countries that these blends come from. Our here over here is the classic Arturo Fuentes. That is a classic cigar, and you can see he has several sizes. Like you have a size like this, or a size like this, right? And we call them gauges. It depends on what gauge you want, and that's the girth of it. For me, I don't want anything larger than that. When I get to this size, it bores me quickly. And as y'all know, I have adult ADHD. So I get bored easily. Another one of my favorites from the Arturo line is, here it is, the Queen Bee. Now I will smoke that one. If you notice the tip, you see that? You see how it comes to a point? They call that a torpedo tip. They call that a torpedo. And am I in your way? Let me know. I'll shift over. You even have different shades of leaves when you have a cigar. Um, we have what's called a Maduro, which is the darkest leaf. That's my favorite. If you have a palate that's like coffee, and like I said, I love a good steak. When I was drinking wine, I liked the dry red wines. I loved, and bourbon, however you want to pair it. That's what this darker leaf will do for you. Maduro, that matches that. But you can also have what they call a shade, and it's kind of in between. Then you can have a lighter one, and I'm trying to see if I can, oh, there it is. Well, this one's considered a shade too, but it's kind of a Connecticut. They call it Connecticut leaf. And if you all remember the history lesson I gave you of cigars, um, when they were introduced to America, uh, it came through Connecticut. So this is one of the leaves that they kept the name for. So you can have a Connecticut type leaf. Let's see what else we have here in the humidor. Now, another good brand. Just about all of them are good, but you like them for different reasons, okay? Uh, Padron. This one, yes. So you have your lower end Padrones, which run about $12 a stick, or you can go up as far as $28.99 for your anniversary Padrones. Uh, just letting you see what they look like. Again, all different sizes and shapes. And after a while, you start knowing what your preference is. Okay, so let's see. This one of, this is another one. Now, this is probably the lightest leaf. It's considered, what is the champagne considered? It's closer to the Connecticut, but I do like the champagne. For some reason, it's something, maybe because of champagne, but I like to smoke this one. I haven't smoked one in a while. Then you have your flatheads, and literally, they're flat. That's called a box press. That's called a box press. So it's also, most people think that, and I guess that's just like anything. If you're not familiar with a certain subject, you think it's just flat line, it's just one thing. You grab a stick and you smoke it. But that's not the cigar world at all. It's kind of like salsa. It's very, um, I won't say complicated, but it's very multifaceted. I guess that's the way I want to say it. Let's see, we have a question in the chat. Let's see. Are cigars meant to be smoked in one setting? Yes. Yes. Occasionally you can't finish it, and there are ways to handle that. But for the most part, yes. You need to dedicate time to smoke a cigar. And what I do, I try to make sure I dedicate a time to smoke a cigar and can sit back. It relaxes me. It either, when I smoke, I'm either wanting one or two things. One is just to sit back and think and chill and ponder, or I'm wanting to focus. So, hey, how you doing? SJ Boyce is in there. A cigar friend of mine, another lady cigar smoker. Hey, girl, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're in here. Hey, and put in the chat some of your knowledge about cigars too. This is an open chat. We talk to each other. Throw in what you know, girl. Throw in what you know. She knows a lot about cigars. We used to smoke together when I lived in Nashville. I'm so glad you're here. Anyway, yes, or I smoke one to focus. Like if I'm working on something and I'm really wanting to concentrate, I focus with a cigar. Sometimes with one of those short ones that I was telling you about, but I'll smoke a longer one or two This has been another one that I've liked lately, and that's the Tartar Oak Petite Broadleaf Corona. So different sizes have different names. You saw the one that was a torpedo that had the pointed tip. You saw the box pressed one. Um, trying to think. Here's a Toro. Again, another gauge, another size right here. I can smoke a Toro. I just don't particularly care to smoke a Toro. I rather stay petite, or I rather stay the Lancero, that long, slim one that I showed you a few minutes ago. Let's see what else might be different here. We have diesel cigars, and this is a Robusto Gordo. So we have all sorts of brands and diesel whiskey row. It's like, okay, I put it this way: when people come into this humidor, it's like a kid in the candy shop, because their eyes will go like, "Wow, I didn't know you all had all that stuff. Cool beans." And that's kind of how I was when I first walked into this shop. I was like, "What? I'll be back." And honestly, even though sticks are expensive, and yes, we call cigars sticks, um, you get your money's worth. You know what you like, so you smoke what you like, right? I was going to show you the Uno. So this is a lighter leaf. This is more of the Connecticut leaf. Even though this is also made by Drew Estate, one of my favorite cigar brands, because it's a lighter leaf, I don't care for it too much. I remember when the Uno came out. Um, it's a decent stick, but it's just not my palate. So a lot of times when I have customers come in here, this is another go-to stick that I like for kicks. A lot of times when customers come in, especially if they're kind of new, like the gentleman that came in a few minutes ago, um, I'll ask them some questions, and I'll ask them what they like to eat. I'll ask them what they like to drink. I ask them, do they have a lot of time to smoke? Do they have short time to smoke? All those kind of things. And that helps me to direct them where they need to go. Now, something I've been introduced to, these are so cute. And I love the names. These are by Rojos. No, I'm sorry, Rojas. I rolled my R's though. Rojas. And these are the breakfast tacos. I like tacos as a food, but they're also as a cigar. No, they do not taste like tacos, but they are so light on the palate. They have a depth, but they're an easy smoke. It's hard to describe after a while. Just like anything, you just grow to learn the vocabulary, and you grow to know the different notes of a stick. So let's see here. Oh, yeah. Let's see. She has something to say about. I love the Perdomo champagne you just picked up. It's a great, right. And again, for that leaf to be as light as it is, I don't normally like that, but I like the champagne. To me, it's different. It's real different. I was going to show you one more thing. So this leaf, and this is not a good, I don't know if you can tell, it's light, but it has kind of a greenish tint to it. That's a candela leaf. So again, we can have all sorts of leaves in cigar smoking, and they produce different flavors. Some of the notes that you can pick up in a cigar is sometimes you can pick up chocolate, coffee. Again, that's my palate. Sometimes you can just pick up, I don't know. It's a profile to them, and I'm sorry, y'all. I look kind of worn out. I've been in the sun most of the day. We had our church picnic, and it was hot. Um, there's three aspects of a cigar that you want: the beginning, the middle, and the end. For me, when I pick a stick or I choose one that I go to multiple times, it's because when I do that first draw, after I light it, I go, yeah, And then when I go in a third of it, it might change a little bit and I'm still enjoying it. And then by the end of it, which is the strongest, it is the strongest. You can get really loopy at the end of a cigar. But once I get to the end of it, if I still feel like I'm enjoying it, I that's my go-to cigar. That'll be my new thing. One that a company that I really wasn't as fond of, but now I found a stick that I really like, and that's this Ashton. It's been consistent, and that's the other thing. Do you want a stick that's consistent? Every time you get this one, this Ashton VSG, um, you want it to give you the same flavor profile. You don't want it to be good one time and bad another time or whatever. You want the same flavor profile. So, like, if any of y'all are coffee drinkers, it's kind of like that when you really get into like your espressos and things like that. Cigars are similar to that, real similar to that. So, we're going to pick a cigar to smoke today. What do I want? Did y'all see any that I should probably get? Well, yeah, of course the Ligas are great too. You can't go wrong with the Liga. My favorite one is a T52. Yes. Yes. But I was thinking about doing the Ashton or one of the Padrones. Let me see here. Which would be the best to show you guys how to cut and light. And look at our Liga selection. We got a good selection here. A good selection. Real good. I could do a papa fritas. Have I eaten enough to do a papa fritas? That's the other thing. You've got to make sure you've eaten enough food because certain ones of them will hit you certain ways. And yeah, you don't want to be sick. Trust me, I've done that once really bad. And the second time, it was like, yeah, this will never happen again. It will never happen again. Maybe I'll do the papa fritas. That's a Liga Privada. Like I said, one of my favorite brands. But if you notice, it's small. It's kind of petite. And it has the piggy tail though. I can still cut it. And yeah, some of them have piggy tails. I'll show you about that in just a second. Let's see if there's another one I would prefer to smoke today. Hmm. I'm looking. And I think I'm going to stick with this Papa Fritas. Although I did see one a little bit earlier, the Tabernacles. That one's good. That one's real good. Just trust me on that. So I think I'm going to stick with the Papa Fritas. And oh, I forgot they had New World down here. Do I want that instead? So you have to look at the bottom shelves and the top shelves. Oops. When you're looking for a cigar, you want to look at the whole humidor. Sometimes it takes you about 10 or 15 minutes to go through a humidor to, yeah, I think I would do on a New World. I'll do a Churchill. It shouldn't be too bad. Yeah. Um, yes, and the Churchills are named after Winston Churchill because he was an avid cigar smoker. But I'm choosing this one, New World. That's a good go-to, um, good price point. You know, when you're not wanting to spend a whole bunch of money on something, that's what this is good for. So let's go back out here. I'm going to show y'all how to cut and light.
You gotta order it. Most of the time, you gotta. It's rare.
So I'm going to sit over here. You're going to hear some talking in the background.
I think this one that she got me is like a brick. You gotta shake. You get second price.
right here.
Good, it's serious.
A regular Churchill shape.
That's what food processor.
You open it up.
Yeah, you might have to put something like that. But I think it's like to keep it as brick to keep it moist. Yeah. To keep the humidity. Is it dark back? It's dark.
It smells good. To me, the leaf has like a chocolatey note. But again, it's just what you like, what your palate is. So here is my box that I carry my sticks in.
You remember me?
Yes. And I will show you all the things. You have to excuse it. It's a little junky. Let me open it up. And I'll just show you right here. So
I think so, yeah.
I have my cutter, a lighter. I'm going to show you this tool in a minute. I've got a little humi pack, and that keeps the moisture in your cigars. I have my cigar pick. We'll talk about that later. And there's one of my Liga Privadas. I'm waiting because it's going to take me a while to smoke this one. And I've got some what I call inexpensive cigars. So when you're in a social setting of smoking, you share cigars. Like if you have someone that just wants to try a cigar, there are a lot of new cigar smokers in this area. So a lot of people want to try it. They're not going to try my Liga Privada. This costs too much, okay? Hey guys, how y'all doing? Um, but I will let them try a factory smoke. Here's the deal. The Liga Privada is made by Drew Estate. The factory smoke is made by Drew Estate. It's just the what they consider more of the lower end. Still a whole tobacco leaf, still a whole thing, still quality. It's still a good smoke. I smoke these sometimes myself. But if I'm going to share a cigar with someone, I'm going to share it this one, the $5 cigar, and not the almost $30 cigar, right?
Also known as dog.
Let's see here. So the first thing you want to do is, it's funny, the shop had only one person a few minutes ago, and now it's packed. But that's okay. It's a good thing that it's packed. So, hell no, can you see my shirt? PSSITA. Most people that smoke cigars know what it means. Put it in the chat if you know what that means. PSSITA. So it's not. Hey. So, here we go. So you unwrap it, and here's my cutter. So this is called a multi-tool. I've got someone else here. Let's see. Hotbox Cigars found another sister of the leaf. Love our sisters. See, Hotbox Cigars. There you go. You got it. PSSITA means put some smoke in the air. Hotbox, drop down in the comment where you're from. Comment where you're from. I'm interested in knowing who I'm talking to. So, and we're a friendly chat, so feel free to talk all you want to. Again, I'm in a cigar shop, so you're gonna hear a lot of background noise. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me. So here's my stick. Here's my multi-tool. I like V cuts. So this is a V cut. It has a channel right there. Can you see it? So what I'm going to do is this end of the cigar, I'm going to put it in my cutter.
But it'll like you have a
You hear that?
wood.
See, it cut it, and it made a groove in it. Now you can also do a straight cut. You can also do a punch, which just puts a hole in it like that. It just depends on the type of cut you like. I have fallen in love with V cuts. I just like the way it is. Okay, let's see. Um,
Well, I'll be back in. I'll be back.
I'm from Texas, out of San Antonio. Okay, been to Texas, but not San Antonio. Hi, Leah. I'm sorry, a lot of my customers are coming in, but I'm not on duty today, so I just speak. So now we have our cigar cut, right? Again, multi-tool, best thing to use when you're traveling. I think I have enough fluid in here. I really hope I do. You're gonna light it. So it's your favorite cut as well? Okay. I don't know. Is that a girl thing? I don't know. I know a lot of guys up here like it too. Okay. I'm gonna have to find another lighter. Hold on. I need to fill up. Another thing that a lot of people don't know, if you go to a cigar shop and your lighter is empty, one of their common courtesies is to fill your lighter up for you. So remember that. You can always get your lighter refilled at a cigar shop. So let me move my stuff here. And of course, they have lighters around here. Oh, there it is. Let's see if this one has something in it. She might have had it back there because there's a little bit in there. Let's see. So, when you're lighting a cigar, you want to toast it. You don't just put it all in there and let it burn up because that's nasty. It tastes awful. So you want to toast it lightly. I don't know if you can see that flame. You're going to take it. And if you notice, I'm not putting it real close to the flame. And I'm rotating my cigar. And it's kind of hard to see it and watch you guys. See? I will blow on it. Let it spread. And as you see, I'm still not putting it all the way in the flame. I don't want to burn the sides of the leaf. So, see how it's getting the smoke? And now I draw. Excuse me. I've been fighting my allergies. That's why I call. So, here we go. You see where it's lit? I'm going to hit it one more time because there's one spot that I noticed on there that's not lit as well as I would like. And you don't want your cigar to burn unevenly if possible. So there you go. So you saw me select a cigar, you saw me cut a cigar, and then now I'm lighting the cigar. And now you just get to sit back and chat. You do want to puff on it occasionally, like you should not leave it sitting too long. And this is where I would put it. Like here's the ashtray right here. If I want to put it down for a minute and I hold it but for the most part, I hold my cigar because I'm actively smoking. Let's see, I'm going to check back in the chat and I'm going to tell you some more etiquette things. Let's see, Aaron says, I like to call multi-tools multiple tools. The kids always look at me funny. I have a feeling your kids will look at you funny regardless, right, Aaron? And again, when you said you hadn't smoked in 20 years, you don't look old enough to have had that long of a history of smoking. So, anyway, let's see here. Hotbox says, I love a Crown, aka X cut, on big ring gauge cigars. So you smoke big ring gauges, huh? I don't like them. I like tasting the wrapper. To me, that's my flavor. But again, as you can see, guys, in this conversation here, We all have our preferences. You know what I'm saying? We all have our preferences. For me, the smaller the gauge, the more I taste the outer leaf. And to me, that's the flavor profile that I like. Um, she likes to do an X cut, which I have seen the X cut. I've not tried it though. On a big gauge. I don't smoke the big gauges, so there you go. Um, Again, you want to puff on it occasionally, otherwise it'll go out. You don't want you don't want to have to relight your cigar too many times during the duration of smoking a cigar because you want that initial burn to last. So what you'll notice too about my ash, for the most part, it's pretty even around my stick. And that's what you want. It's not like a cigarette. You don't go in what I call burp it and knock the ash off. In fact, you try to keep the ash on there as long as possible. Cassie, I have a question down in the chat. Dennis says, what is the most expensive cigar the shop sells and what makes it so expensive? Oh, I don't even think they have them anymore. They used to have a cigar that was $86 and it was a limit. I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
You're talking about the 60th anniversary.
Huh?
Talking about the 60th anniversary. Wrong.
Yes, yes. Wasn't it like 80 something dollars?
I think so. Maybe.
Was it 86? Yeah, okay. I thought it was. But I'm also laughing at her. Yeah. Because I know what she's doing. I'm sorry, we have shop secrets, okay? But yes, the one that he was just talking about, the 86th anniversary Padron, it was because it was a special limited stick celebrating their anniversary. And the thing is, people bought them. In fact, I was working in here one day and one guy was like, oh, I'm just going to buy three of them. Then he's like, well, it's only four in the box. I might as well get the last one. I'm like, you might as well. So he did. He got the last one. And yeah, yeah. Like I said, sometimes you have to have deep pockets for those. But what makes it so expensive is supposed to be like a special blend, a private blend. Like I said, um, Willie Herrera is one of the blenders for Drew Estate. He does special blends separate from Drew, but he's under his umbrella. Just like a lot of what they consider fine, high end type of things, you have different levels to it. And the more exclusive, the more expensive, per se. They have Davidoffs in there. They have the smaller packs of Davidoffs, but just to distribute Davidoffs in your shop has to bring in a lot of money. And y'all, I'm talking about thousands of dollars before you can qualify to bring in some of these higher end cigars. Me personally, Davidoffs are overrated. But if you're a certain cigar aficionado, you want to smoke a Davidoff. And I'm like, I'm good with this too. Let's see what else we have in the chat here. So I used to exclusively smoke 6x60s. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. But I'm starting to enjoy Toros more and more. Robusto is the smallest I will go. See, I love Robustos. But again, you said your hands are too big for anything. Okay, I got you. And that makes a difference too, I think, too, for ladies or SOTL, Sisters of the Leaf. Or you can be a BOTL, Brother of the Leaf. Yeah, it's a whole thing, y'all. When I say cigar community, the cigar community is huge. Like they throw different events. I've done sundress and cigars. In fact, that was last week in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and I didn't get to come I was invited to come, but I didn't get to come because it was my granddaughter's birthday. And yeah, she takes precedence over cigars and sundresses. So, Shay, did you get to go? Did you go to cigar and sundresses this year in Murfreesboro? Just let me know in the chat. But anyway, yeah, just like I've talked a little bit, but I'm gonna see if it's still lit. Yeah, it is. There's certain things that are fun to do with cigars. So if you drink like wine or bourbon or whatever you like, I even like coffee with my cigars. That's mostly what I drink now with my cigars. But we used to do old fashions, and a lot of people will do smoked old fashions, but they use uh, what I call an artificial smoker. You can take your cigar, take a puff, and blow the smoke directly into your drink and cover it with your hands and just let it sit like that for a minute. You'll start seeing the smoke just kind of curl around in the glass. And then eventually you can release it. It will still sit in the glass and then lightly release itself out of the glass. I told the guys up here about that. They were like, "We tried it, Miss Terry." They call me Miss Terry. "Miss Terry, we tried it. It's so cool. It's so cool. We're glad you told us about that." Oh, you did go? How was it? I'm sure it was fun. It usually is fun. Um, so yeah, Shane went to these sundress and cigar events. The big thing that they happen, I think a fundraiser in Murfreesboro every year where you dress up in your cutest clothes as a guy and a gal and you smoke cigars and you associate with all the people in your cigar community. Like I said, I came from a big cigar community in Nashville. Up here, I am finding my cigar community. It's helped that now I'm in the shop and work here at the cigar shop occasionally, um, which is Road Trip Shay. Y'all come up here. You ladies come up here. I've been talking about you ladies a lot. Okay, so let me tell you the backstory real quick for some of my new people. So about a year ago now, I had heard that the cigar shop was here, and like I said, it had just opened. And I found out from some gentlemen at church, they're like, "You smoke cigars? You know about the new cigar shop?" I'm like, "Oh, let me check it out." So I came up here, went in. They didn't have nearly as much as they have now. Checked them out, checked out the prices. I'm like, "Oh, these are decent. I'll be back." But the funniest part is when I walked in the shop, like I haven't shown you the seated area. Try not to show the people too much. But this is where we sit. It's a small shop, but nice shop. There's not another shop at this nice um in over 40 miles that I know of. Um, so people are excited that it's up here, but it's mostly male dominated. So when I walked in, the guys were sitting here smoking, and then they saw me come in. They were like, and they followed me to the humidor, their eyes. I came out, and then I said, "Hey guys, how y'all doing?" And I said, "I will be back." So I went home because I thought I had to babysit my granddaughter. Found out I didn't, and hopped right back in my car and came right back up. The same guys were still sitting here. Again, I walk in, they're like, I go in the humidor, I pick a cigar, I cut it, I light it, and I sit down and say, "How y'all doing, fellas?" When I said, they were so impressed because I don't see that up here. Another thing that's different, and I'm telling y'all this because different markets um, do different things. So what I had to get adjusted to here was all the sweet smokers. The first outdoor or outside humidor, the little smaller cabinet. Most people gravitate there, and I mean guys. Yeah, because they used to want to say ladies did that. The market that I come from, no, we ladies smoke the real deal right here. But and again, I'm not bashing. I'm not bashing sweet cigars, but it's just that this market is so different. There's not as much cigar etiquette up here. So about a month ago, I taught a cigar etiquette class at another establishment that I go to. That's not a cigar shop. It's actually a brewery, but they have a cigar club that comes, and they have cigar smokers on Thursdays. So I taught an etiquette class, and it's funny. A lot of them are like, "We didn't know that. We didn't know that." But the husband and wife team that has the mobile cigar thing, they were like, "You're so on point." So they, she and her husband and I were talking. I might be doing some more etiquette classes for them as they do their events. So yeah, different markets, different things. I'm gonna go back into the chat. Let's see here. Yes, we will have to. I will have to get the info. Yes, please do. I'll send it to you, Shay. I can text it to you. Um, because it would be a fun girls' weekend if y'all came up to Gatlinburg. Although Morristown is probably an hour away, but y'all could come up one Saturday or Friday, and we could just show them how we women smoke up here. Okay. Let's see. Hotbox Cigar says, I'm noticing that more and more cigar smokers are like myself and don't actually enjoy spirits anymore. I'm one of them. He says 6 years sober. I pair sweet tea or cream soda when I'm smoking. So what I do is I like iced coffee with if I'm smoking early, now that's when I will smoke a tobacco. I will smoke a tobacco when I'm having coffee early in the morning. But I haven't done that lately. But I will bring in, especially the Saturdays I'm here, I'll bring in a coffee and I'll sip that while I smoke. So that's my favorite. I don't drink sodas anymore, and I don't really drink sweet tea anymore. So it's pretty much coffee and what I call bubble water. And I put my electrolyte flavorings in it, and that's what I pair it with. Again, like you said, excuse me, you see the whole market evolving, right? In different cities, like Texas is another big state that smokes a lot of cigars, just like Tennessee. Um, the biggest markets here in Tennessee have been Middle Tennessee and West Tennessee, which is near the Memphis area. So, yeah. Okay, as you can see, my cigar just went out. So I'm going to have to light it again. I talk too much to you guys, and I'm going to have to light my cigar again. So, what I will do, this is the one time I will take the ash off of my cigar kind of prematurely, just so I can have a clear surface to light again. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to go in the chat while I'm doing this. Hotbox Cigar says, I was just diagnosed with type 2, so I got to stop the tea and soda now, too. Yeah, you need to check out some of my other lives, Hotbox. The way I eat now can actually reverse that type 2 diabetes for you. So check out some of my other things on my channel. Okay. For those that are new here, I decided to do this channel. Number one, just a minute. Number one, because I kept having people come up to me, especially more mature people coming up to me saying, you're always doing something. You're always busy doing something. You're always traveling and moving around. And I'm like, true. I said, how do you do that? Why do you do that? And my whole thing is, why aren't you doing it? But yeah, I have a lot of interest. So for Hotbox and for Shay, the reason I started this channel and the reason I'm doing lives every day, the month of August, is to show all my diversity, all my facets of my life. So now I have like Mindset Mondays. I have Tiny Talk Tuesdays because if you two don't know, I live in a tiny home. I have Walk With Me Wednesdays. It's talking about movement and just keeping our bodies going. I have Travel Thought Thursdays, which talks about the traveling, like I'm planning a trip now to Mexico. I had Free for All Fridays where we just chatted up. We might talk about different subjects. Yesterday we were talking about nature until my equipment got really hot out in the sun because I went outside, but I was trying to show the mountain range and the lake. Yeah, I got too hot. That was a short one. Then I have Cigars or Salsa Saturday. So last week I showed, I talked about salsa. This week is Cigars' turn. And now I have found a piece of equipment where I can, once I purchase it, I can show some salsa moves on those Saturdays that I talk about, yeah, that the topic is salsa. But yeah, y'all came in on a good Saturday of cigars. So, and I've been wanting to show the shop. And Lucas and Ashley Archer are the owners of the shop. So if you're ever in East Tennessee, please, please, please come up and visit Mars Sound. Number one, it's a cute little city. Um, and the shop is just sweet. The folks that come in are very sweet. And yeah, just come by and see me and let me know. Message me. I think I put some of my contact information in my profile or in my info. Um, and contact me and let me know, and I'll just meet you up here if I'm not working that Saturday in the shop. So I don't always work on just Saturdays, but a lot of times it is a Saturday afternoon. So another thing about cigars, you draw cigars into your mouth, and the smoke goes into your mouth, but you don't inhale like you would a cigarette. Some people have, and I don't see how they do it. I did it one time, won't do it again. When I say it burns, it burns. But that's not how you're supposed to smoke it. It's all about you taking the smoke in your mouth, let it play around your palate a little bit, and blowing it out. Something about the rhythmic movement of that is just relaxing for me. Like now, to sit here, and of course, I probably won't finish this cigar through the whole chat, but it's just so relaxing. Like I said, it keeps me focused because it's like I'm doing something with my hands if I'm working online or if I'm working on one of my shows and trying to do that. It helps me to focus in on it. I don't know what's special about it, but that's what it helps me do. And a lot of people have said the same thing that I smoke with. It helps them to focus. It helps them to relax. It also helps you to engage into community around you. Just like you heard how much we bantered as people came in the shop. We laugh, we joke, we talk. And how often these days, with all the electronics that are out there, do we actually have conversations? It makes you have conversations with people. Shay and I used to sit in the cigar shop for 3 or 4 hours a day, and we just chew the fat, per se. We would just talk back and forth and talk about life, talk about what we were dealing with, talking about just world politics, anything. It was like pick a subject. And the beauty, like I said, of the market I came from, all the Sisters of the Leaf would just meet up. And we at one time, I don't know how they are now, we were all pretty tight together and would hang out at the same place, the same shops, and just say, hey, you want to smoke a stick? Yeah, let's go do it. We would order food in um, and eat. All shops don't allow you to do that, so you have to check with your local shop to see if it's okay for you to eat there. But yeah, we would just sit back and we might smoke 2 or 3 of these in that sitting. So, like I said, we would take sometimes I would get there like at about 4:30, and it would be doing last call before I left. And a lot of shops close at 9 or 10. So, does that tell you? This shop closes early and it's not open on Sundays. Um, Again, we're in a different market. Um, on Friday and Saturday, though, is their late night, so they stay open until 9. And yeah, that's what I got for you as far as cigars today, guys. Let's see here. Shay said, yes, conversations are the best. We can come up with some interesting conversations, y'all. Interesting conversation. But that's how you got to know people too. And after a while, you can call these people your friends because you're sitting there, you're, you know, you're getting to know them, and this brings you together. Last part, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Especially for some of you new guys. I don't know if you know, I went to Cuba a couple of years ago, and I got to smoke because Cuba's the mother country of tobacco, just like it is, or of cigars, just like it is for salsa. And when I say that was one of the best experiences, and I get to have conversations with different people now about it. I got to drink my Cuban coffee, which is my favorite coffee. I got to dance casino, which is my favorite style of dancing salsa, which is from Cuba. And I got to smoke a for sure authentic Cuban cigar. Now, even though Cuba is the mother country, you have Nicaragua, you have Ecuador, you have other places that produce cigars now. But to say that I smoked a real Cuban cigar in Cuba, dance my salsa, drink my coffee, and I'm trying to think, it was one more thing that I was like, oh, that's living, y'all. And that's why I put myself on YouTube because I have a pretty terrific life. And I hope you all do too. And I hope you all are enjoying your Saturday today. I'm like 2 minutes over. I try not to go past an hour. But if you have any other questions, put in the chat real quick. If not, I'll be signing off and I'm going to finish smoking this cigar. Because again, I was busy since 7:30 this morning. Had to go help load up for the church picnic and put things out and all that stuff, and then clean up and then take things back to the church. So I'm ready to sit down, smoke this. I might go get me an iced coffee too. It may be too late for me to drink an iced coffee. I wonder, can I get an iced decaf? But anyway, we'll finish smoking this cigar though for real. And Shay, thank you for dropping in, girl. Seriously, let's plan a girls' trip soon. Okay? Let's plan a girls' trip, and thank you for dropping in on my Cigar Saturday. And let's see what Hotbox says. Was great meeting you, and I just subscribed. Oh, thank you. See you again soon. I hope you join in anytime, any topic. Don't wait just for cigars. Any topic, just join in and say hi if nothing else, right? And Catrice, I have to give my props to Catrice. She's the one that told me that people might be interested in cigars, even if they're not interested in cigars. So again, thank you, Catrice. Thank you very much. I'm glad I could share this moment with you. And guys, y'all have a good rest of your Saturday. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.